What's going on? My name is Nate, and this is my 2024 year in review. Before we dive into my 2024, you have to understand how and where I started the year at. So in the middle of 2023, I moved from Tampa to Daytona Beach, Florida, and because of that, I had to leave my job, which was at Apple, which is a job that I had worked for years to get to, and I was there for 2 years. So that's about 5 years of my life dedicated to Apple. Not directly, entirely, but 5 years directed towards one thing, and that's right out of high school. So I started my 2024 living with my parents, which is absolutely okay. But I was in the middle of finding a job, genuinely. I found a couple different jobs. I worked at Target for a day, hated it. I got a job at the Humane Society, which was close to me, doing adoptions. Didn't hate it as much, but hated it. I did that until I just couldn't do it anymore. So I started 2024 with no job, no money, and very shortly into the year, my phone got turned off because I couldn't pay my bill. And then within a month and a half of getting into the new year, my bank account was closed. So I had no working phone, I had no bank account, I had a place to sleep, I had food, and I had my family, but there was a lot of things that I did not have, right? So this is how I started off the year, just right off the bat. Also, right at the beginning of the year, our uncle passed away. So 2024 in general was supposed to be a really shaped year. It started off pretty rugged, and it definitely got pretty, I would say, good. So let's start off on a strong note after we just started off on that not strong note. But now let's move into my highlights from 2024. So let's see kind of what those were.
Snow day with the girlies.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's go. Oh, damn it. That's not fair.
Did you get my good sign?
What?
Taking a video.
Good sign.
Oh, I thought you guys wanted me to take a video.
Completed by the Burnham brothers in 1928, set to resemble a champagne bottle. They got their inspiration during a New Year's Eve party built during the Prohibition. I want to hear
Judging by all the things that I was able to do this year, I would say that this year has truly felt like a year of defying gravity. That's kind of what I've been associating this year with. I've been a long-time Wicked fan, of course, and then the movie coming out. This year has just been me defying gravity, truthfully. If you look back at my past few years, I've just been defying gravity this year. Thanks to my job, I've been able to travel a lot, so I've gone to all these beautiful places that I've never been able to visit before, places that I've wanted to visit so bad. I got to do that this year. And of course, with highlights come a lot of lowlights. And I want to, for a second, just talk about the things that did not go well this year for me. My lowlights, my low moments. So let's just get into that. I kind of explained my biggest lowlights at the beginning of the video, being my uncle passing away. me not having money, me not having a job. Losing our uncle was really, really tough at the beginning of the year. I started a new job, the job that I currently have, the job that allows me to travel, so I'm not gonna say what that job is. When I was starting my new job, I did not have a working phone number. Like, I literally had no working phone, and my job's main thing is traveling, like traveling to places. And so I was traveling to Atlanta, and I was supposed to be meeting up with my coworkers, and again, I had no working phone. Like, how am I supposed to do this? I have no data. When I have no Wi-Fi, I have no communications, and I'm starting this new job. Like, it was just so crazy. It was super stressful, but at the same time, surviving my surgeries, I'm like, okay, I don't have money, like, who cares? You know, I have my health, I have food, so everything is fine. So genuinely, that felt fine. And once I kind of got through that, and that was like several months, that was like the first like 3 months of the year was me having no money, me just mentally being super down and just struggled a lot, which makes sense, you know. I had no money, I had no working phone, and I was living with my parents, and you know, just everything that came with that. So overall, this was to me a very great, fantastic year. So the fact that I only have those few things to say were my lowlights, I know there were other things, I'm just drawing blanks, you know, because I'm just so excited about how positive this year was, for once. But yeah, those are basically the only things that I feel like I struggled with. Like I said, there's probably other stuff. There was a lot of mental stuff that I struggled with throughout the year. I personally, like, I allow myself to feel things, and I allow myself to process stuff, and so that helps me a lot. So this year has been just really great. And so those are my lowlights. Some very noteworthy places that I got to visit this year, some new places that I've never been to, were absolutely Mexico. My family and I went on a family cruise. I made videos about that. We got to go to Mexico. We also went to Belize, which was incredibly beautiful. I just loved everything about both those countries. Mexico is awesome. Obviously, Mexico is a fantastic country, so beautiful. The food is amazing. So that was really, really great. Also, one of my top places going to was Mount Killington in Vermont. And I say that because we grew up in Jersey. We grew up with Mountain Creek as our snowboarding, well, I snowboard, my brothers ski, as our mountain resort. We grew up like 20 minutes from it. And Mountain Creek kind of serves the tri-state area around Jersey. If I say creek or Mountain Creek, you know what it is, especially if you're from that area. But Mount Killington in Vermont, for some reason, was just such an attraction to us that we were always like, oh, I want to go so bad and snowboard and ski. We never got to, it's too expensive, it's whatever. But because of my job, I got to go and travel up there and during the fall, so it was so beautiful. I fell in love. I love Vermont, my first time in Vermont, so beautiful. Definitely one of my favorite places that I got to visit that was like new this year, so that was really great. Again, really great. Finally, the number one place that I got to visit this year that was new was Apple Park in Cupertino. I'm no longer an Apple employee, so I could not enter the actual headquarters, but I got to see the outside and the property, which is so awesome. And I also thought it was very, very cool that I, was able to plan my time in San Francisco completely by myself. I was completely alone for those days. But because of work, I was able to go to Apple Park in Cupertino as well, which was a dream of mine, literally a lifelong dream. That's where I got my Apple shirt that I'm wearing right now. Man, it was just truly a dream come true. That was the number one highlight of my year. Absolutely, going to Apple Park. I have a pen. I literally oh man. It was incredible. I love it. And then going to see San Francisco has always also been a lifelong dream of mine. Going to San Francisco and Cupertino, I see myself living within those areas. And so coming out to Washington is just to get me closer to that. But man, I literally could not explain if I could look back on my child self and say, hey, you're gonna get to do this stuff. I would say you're crazy. But it all happened because of myself. I made it happen, which is just so cool. So that was the coolest thing that I've done this year. Absolutely, so awesome. Some hopes and dreams that I have for next year are kind of the basics with some elevations to them, I feel like. I want to continue my growth. I want to continue setting goals and accomplishing those goals and defying those goals. I personally, on a personal level, would love to see my business, Miss Taco. That is coming back. So be on the lookout for that. That will be coming back. I want to just feed that some more, and I've just been working on it a lot. I've been doing a lot of different planning, a lot of different things, and I really feel a lot better about Miss Taco and what it is as a front-facing company. And so I'm really excited about that. There'll be updates to come with that. But yeah, I want success with that, success in my personal life, which to me is A, happiness, B, monetary success. I just want to continue what I've built this year into next year, which I think I will. No, I don't think I will. I know I will, but I think everything is working as I have planned it to, which is really cool. So with that, I'm gonna end the video. But I do want to kind of just say one last thing. The biggest thing that I learned this year, which I personally feel like I have learned in the past, but that's just truly patience, and not just patience, but hard work, and hard work with patience. Because you know you can wait forever, but if you're not building a dam, like there's never gonna be a lake. You know, like you can wait forever, but it'll never happen unless you build that dam. So just gotta build that dam, baby, and wait for that reservoir to fill up. And so that's what I've been doing, and now look at me. I'm just proof that you can do anything. But yeah, 2025, crazy to say that, but not ready. I mean, she's not ready. The year is not ready, because I know we're about to F it up. Spread love. I love you. Stay safe. We'll see you next year. Hope you have a great year. Set some great goals. Accomplish those goals. And let's just make some good things happen. Hell yeah. All right. Peace. Love you. Stay safe.